Hi boys and girls, this is a video on how to do lesson 15. You may not need to watch the whole video to understand how to do these problems. So if you need to fast forward it to answer some of the questions, feel free. I hope it helps and I hope you're on your best behavior today. So for the exploratory challenge, I think the biggest piece of information you need to understand and have highlighted is that 1 hour after that, the website had 36 views, okay? And the station producer checked the website 2 hours and saw that the website had 24 views. So after 2 hours, the website had 24 views. That's going to help me create the table. So we have to create the table based on how many views it had 2 and 3 hours after the end of the broadcast. Use this relationship to predict how many views the website will have 4, 5, and 6 hours at the end of each broadcast. So what information do we have to put in our table? Views and hours. Do we definitely need those two items in our table? Hours and views. So we know that 2 hours, there are 24 views. So how could you calculate how many views are in 1 hour? So we have 2 hours, 24. 1 hour would have to be half of 24, which is 12. So we just determined that for every hour, there are 12 views. So now we can continue the table, and I'm going to go all the way down to 6. 3, 36, 4, 5, 6, 48, 60, 72. So that's the table that they were looking for here. Now you can go ahead and try exercise 2 based on the table. Exercise 2, don't worry too much if you don't know the vocabulary word. It says, what is the constant number C? You won't be tested on this because there won't be any equation. The constant is just what you're multiplying each value by. So remember we talked about the relationship between hours and views. We could use a multiplicative. So the constant is you're multiplying each one by 12. So in this case, your constant is 12. It's what you are multiplying each by to make equivalent ratio. Now, again, you will not have this on the test. This is a nice little challenge for those of you that like algebra. Now we can use the constant in my equation. So using the equation represents the relationship between the number of views, V, and the number of website received, and the number of H hours. So they want H to be hours and views to be V. So we're going to write an equation to do that. So if I were to extend this table, I could add H to the table. What would you multiply H by to continue the pattern? Hopefully you're recognizing, oh, we're multiplying by 12. That is correct. So we could write V equal 12H, or 12 times H. Again, that will not be on the test. Exercise 3 says, use the table created in exercise 1 to identify sets of ordered pairs that can be graphed. So remember yesterday we talked about how these numbers could also be used to graph each point. So we're going to do some ordered pairs from the table. So the first one that was in the table was 112. And you can list the rest of the ordered pair. Now we can use those points to graph my point. You need to have label. Hours is one of them. Okay. And views. Not a whole lot of space here, so you don't need to do every line. I'm going to do every other line when I do the hour. Same thing here. We're going to use the same scale from the table. We went up by 12 views. I have some field hockey players just walk in. They can put down their chairs now. And there's your graph. Now you can see, plot the point. At 1 hour is 12 views, 2 hours is 24, and you could continue the pattern with making prediction. Because we talked about how yesterday it makes a straight line. So that's how you graph. Exercise 5. Predict how many views the website will have after 12 hours. Use at least 2 representations. Tape diagram, table, double number line diagram to justify your answer. So this is the last one I'm going to show you from the packet. The rest of the packet, you're not going to get any help from the video. You need to figure it out. So we know that is 1 hour is 12 views. They want to know 12 hours, how many views. So we could use the double V strategy by multiplying both by 12. 12 times 12 is 144 views. You could use a tape diagram. It's a 1 to 12 ratio. Hour, views, 12 part. Now we know there's 12 hours, so that represents this one part. So that means each part has a value of 12. So we could do 12 times 12 to get 144. You could make a double number line. Similar to the table. Now you can do the same thing down here. Increase by 12, and you'll eventually get to 144 views. I hope that helps. For the rest of class, you need to work on exercises 6 and 7 on your own. Good luck!